everybody, welcome to our mini moments series. So we are talking about all our mini moments for the Wild Hearts creative kits. So a lot of our kits that we produce, we've got a big pile of them. They are often teamed up with journaling, books and felt tips or paint so that children can express themselves creatively. But we have designed some short introductions to the Wild Hearts way, because we are a lot more than just creativity. We're all about holding the space for children in a gentle, child-led way. So the next kit that is in the series to talk about is From Home to School. So this is all about after school sort of regulation. People call it different things. So after school restraint, collapse, meltdowns, and really it is a guide for something that can take a very long time for our children to cope with, especially I think if we've got some neurodiversity in there. So when a child goes into school, they've got a lot of demands in the day. So there is a bit, to me, it's no different from when I go to work. You might enjoy yourself being there and you're having a chat with your colleagues, but you're on your best behaviour all day and you're complying to the needs of the setting. And I don't have a problem with children being at school. I think it's very worthwhile. But what I have seen as a parent, I'm a parent to a little girl that I was very fortunate enough to be able to adopt, is that when she comes home, all that masking, all that sort of compliance and holding in comes out. And for sort of 2 years, I was researching and trying to make it sort of smoother for her and working out whether school was the right option for her. And then I came up with a set of kits for my daughter to just help her work through her feelings, and that's where sort of Wild Hearts was born, really, out of all the different experiences that I was having as a parent. I do have a childcare background, but really it was the parenting side that gave me the other lens to see what happens when children do come back into what is their safe place with us. So From Home to School is a routine, so children thrive off routine. They like that predictability, and these cards are all very fun for children to hold. They're quite flexible. The corners are cut round so that they're nice and sort of smooth and appealing. So from school to home. So it is as much for us as the parents as it is for the child, but from the child's point of view, it's good to have some representation of what we're doing. They like holding them, they like seeing them. So this one is a gentle welcome, and it acknowledges that big feelings can come home from school too. In fact, I had that last night. So we just had a few tricky moments with friends, and when she came home, she just had a lot of big feelings. And because we have this routine in our house, it enabled me to approach it in the same consistent way that I always will deal with that period after school. So very gentle, a smile, a hug, hello. I don't always get a hello, but no questions. So even if she tells me something, I then don't do questions. I just acknowledge, oh, that must have been hard for you, and that talks you through that. We talk about the journey home, how we can make that sort of calm, because again, I've done it before where we get in the car and then I start questioning and it doesn't work. So again, these cards show you what you might want to try to get that routine in place on that journey home. We used to have sort of meltdowns on the way home, whether we were walking or in public transport or in our own car. It just didn't really work until we had this routine in place for her. So food, absolutely essential in my opinion. No pressure to talk, here's your snack, let's have that pause. So as soon as we get home, or sometimes some children need it as soon as you greet them, but you'll find your sort of pattern there. And then how the child settles. So this is the card where really the children can decide what do they need, what does their body need today. And for me, I used to think settling was cosy, sat, quiet, but obviously I think that's my way of settling, but it might not be a child's way of settling. For some children to settle, they need movement, they need fun, and regulation of their body. And then we talk about how we can reconnect. So we want to reconnect, we want to take an interest in the day, and we want to help them through their big feelings. So we decide when this is the right time and how we can do it, but in a light way. And we have an affirmation: home is the place where I can be me. So this is something that you can leave on the side. Your feelings are always welcome here. You don't have to hide them. We're here for you. We're here to stand by your side. You can talk to us. So it is a mini moment, but it's a mini moment that has a big impact. And by following the routine on a day-to-day basis, it just helps us to navigate that after school tiredness, that overwhelm that they've had, into a way that is more manageable for us. Because as parents, when we are, or teachers if they're going into a different class and then coming back in, it's a difficult moment to then try and settle them. And actually there is a way that we can do that if we've got that bit of support and a little bit of routine in place. So I hope that helps to explain a little bit more about what's in this kit and why we do what we do.